Being small, being in a remote location, being in an older congregation doesn't mean that you're at the end of your life. It means that this is an opportunity for something amazing to happen.
I think any church can grow if they want to. I'm Peter Van Zanten, now vicar in charge of St. Germain, Hoodsport.
It's got about 40 years of history, this church.
There's always been a group who were determined to keep this church open.
What happened at St. Germain's is a group of people decided that they weren't ready to be done, that God wasn't done with them yet. St. Germain's is just one success story. What's special about them is that they're not a church that should have succeeded, and they do every day, in part because of what they've learned at the College for Congregational Development.
We were looking for what can we do that we don't know how to do to make this place come alive again.
They sent 2 people to the College for Congregational Development weekend sessions.
Father Pete and Matt went.
I went reluctantly. Matt didn't because it was new for him.
We believe that congregations of any size, any location, any condition or state of health can be developed to become more faithful, more healthy, and more effective communities of faith.
We had the ideas that we had, but the college provided so many more.
I picked up a lot of helpful tools that I've been using with Bishops Committee, particularly now working with, now that we're going to have kids, being able to work with them.
They came, they just ate up the curriculum, they learned, they came away with ideas.
The curriculum that Melissa Skelton and now Alyssa is carrying forward, and her team, the trainers are fabulous.
The things that we teach at the college are exactly the things that seminary is not teaching you. How to gather data in meaningful ways, how to connect in the deep hungers of the world around you with the deep joy and gladness and giftedness of your congregation.
The ideas that have come back and the enthusiasm that has come back, it's opened our eyes to new possibilities.
It's been real bonding.
To meet with other people and have the input. We can talk about who we are and what our goals are.
For Pete and I, it's been great to meet other congregations of all sizes and to hear of their struggles, to sort of, oh, that isn't one we have, but also to, hear that how it's being dealt with, but oh, that's one we do have.
Pete and Matt realized as they were studying in the college is that they had an assumption that everyone in town knew who they were and where they were. But we gave them the tools to do some research about that, and what they learned was that it wasn't true. And so they responded to that new information by having movie nights for kids, by getting out into their community and reaching out to them and figuring out what their community needed, what the deep hunger that was in their place.
It's been a real boost.
They have a desire for kids. They wanted youth. They wanted to experience the sounds of children at church again. And those 2 things came together, the needs of their community and the longing of their heart.
With the baptisms we had today, we've got some people who are in single digits age-wise, which is really fun.
I think 6 baptisms is the right step forward. It took us all by surprise.
There has been a revitalization of purpose in that congregation. They have grown, but for St. Germain's, growing means going from 8 people on a Sunday morning to 20 people on a Sunday morning, which is thrilling and exciting. They've had baptisms for the first time in a long, long time.
I feel like we're poised to move forward. A year and a half ago, that is not who we felt we were.
God moved in that place, and it was a thrilling thing for us to be able to support that with what we do at the college. If you are in a church that is feeling like it's lacking life, if you feel discouraged as a leader, St. Germain's Hoodsport is an example of what could happen to anyone who gets the skills, is able to prayerfully discern, and who really, really longs to discover the church that God is calling you to be. Come to the College for Congregational Development. Let's get that process started.
Definitely go